It's Trixie. Welcome to the underground. So I'm recording this right before the World Cup final. Don't ask me who's going to win. I have no idea. I don't know anything about soccer. I'm going to go with Lionel Messi because they're crazy. I saw them against England. Didn't matter that England was ahead because they just didn't give up. That's who wins. The one that's the most tenacious, relentless. I don't know about Spain. I have no idea. But England looked good against France. I don't know if it ended 4-0. That's all. I turned it off after. I got into it too late. I don't know. A sport that you can't use your hands. I don't know. Messy something, though. But they did a stat, and he's mostly walking around. He's old, isn't he? He's like 39. I'd be walking. You know how hard it is to run up and down that long field? And I feel bad for the goaltender, the net tender. It's all net. How can he cover all that? Ridiculous. Okay. I'm going to talk a couple things. First, personal first, but we're going to talk about Taylor Swift, explosive diarrhea. Did you guys get it yet? So, I come home from work a couple days ago. I just see a couple flies. I'm not getting nervous. My mother made me paranoid against bugs. You know this. Then, when I came home from work yesterday, it was like Amityville Horror House. All over the place. I swear. And I was like, where are they coming from? So I figured the porch. I'm not going to open up my door. So I look outside. The trash thing is wide open. Oh, yeah, let them all come in. We all know that the flies, they hang around. What do they think this is? So this is what I do. That's how I've been getting them. I mean, I bring them outside. I try not to kill too many, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to squish them. I don't like it. I just don't like bugs. I can't eat. I can't think about eating. It's just disgusting. And then it was a rough week at work. People were so nasty. This one lady, she goes, "You look like a stalker." And I said, "I am a stalker, but I look like a stalker?" And I can't fight back. That's kind of bullying behavior because I'm working. I'm representing a company. I could have said to her, "You look like you escaped from Ward D," but I didn't, So I did a poll. The next time I came in, I made a joke about it. That's what you got to do when people are horrible. Do I look like a stalker? I said, I have a question. No, I got two questions. What are you doing for your house, and do I look like a stalker? Nobody said I look like a stalker. What do I look like? I'm peering through somebody's windows? These people are horrible. So I'm going to the beach. That's it. According to The Hill, J.D. Vance was on Joe Rogan's podcast and said Republicans have a cool problem. Yeah, I don't think they're cool. I know everybody thinks Trump is cool. But, I don't think the Democrats are cool either. Chuck Schumer is cool. So, Gavin Newsom, he's got charisma. Definitely. But how can you call a party that doesn't know how to win cool? And the Democrats do not know how to win. The Republicans don't know how to govern. That's the way it goes. But he said there are too many dorks on the right. I say there's too many Satanists on the right. Instead of going on their honeymoon, Taylor and Travis were at Juju Smith-Schuster's wedding. I would have probably just chose to go on my honeymoon. But look how nice they are. They're good people, So why were they in the second to last row? I would have put them in the front if they were at my wedding. But then again, they would have outshined the groom and the bride. Okay. I don't know how many at this point, but I think I last took the poll. It was 7,000 people in 34 states having explosive diarrhea. I talked to a guy yesterday at work. I went to school with him. He goes, "Yeah, I went to Taco Bell." I go, "Are you crazy? I don't even go to Taco Bell on a good day. Never mind when it's explosive diarrhea week." That's bad. He told me it lasted like 2.5 weeks. I mean, awful. Awful! I know I got issues. I've been having issues, but explosive diarrhea. Thank God that's not one of them. I've had enough problems over the spring. I'm starting to feel better now. So there's a parasite going around. Cyclospora, it's called. I just call it watery and explosive diarrhea. Watch out for lettuce. My friend just went to Buffalo. She was having tacos. I go, really? Are you people nuts? Do you not watch the news? I mean, really, I don't know what to say to you. I'm staying away from lettuce. I'm not eating grinders, nothing. We'll see what happens. Fast food, no way. So they're quietly removing it. But, we have to wait till people die in this country till we remove the lettuce. So, 7,000 cases. I don't know what it's like now. It's probably like 20,000 at this point. So, causing watery bowels, explosive diarrhea, fatigue, nausea, and vomiting. No treatment. I mean, what are you going to do anyway? You got to let it pour out of the body. It's disgusting. It's like, it reminds me of what's that, C. diff. I know somebody who had I never had it, but like, you have to like throw away your clothing. Are you kidding me? It kind of sounds like bed bugs. Hope you guys aren't eating. Trump on CNN interview with Jake Tapper. You know, Jake is so calm. You see him in an interview on the late night shows, and he's funny. He said he wanted him back for a more wide-ranging discussion because Trump is like, I'm going to talk about what you told me we were going to talk about. And Trump said, quote, we're trying to have CNN go on a normal path. Like, in other words, we love you. Oh, we love you. You make so much sense when you talk. Jake said, quote, well, I'm not. I'm on a normal path right here, sir. Very scary. I mean, we're waiting for that, the Ellison brothers. They're trying to get more money now out of Hollywood with that Warner Paramount takeover. I don't want CNN to turn into state TV, or you guys are going to just have to listen to me until they drag me off in cuffs. Taylor Swift is money. You want proof? A New York artist collected trash. Speaking of trash, from Taylor Swift's wedding and sold it for $25. Really? This is like spit from whatever. Are you kidding me? Well, I remember when she came to Foxborough, they were selling the rainwater. You know, I love her, but I'm not that crazy to, here, I want a piece of trash from the wedding. If she didn't touch it, maybe if she touched it, how can you prove she touched it? The garbage is making money. That was according to NBC. During their vows, Taylor talked about Travis's kindness, how he was the guy that in high school, even though he was the popular jock, he would sit with the less popular kids who were being bullied at lunchtime. You know, not to blow my own horn, but I'm going to. I was like that too. My first day of school, excuse me, sorry. Somebody told me not to hang around, stay away from her, because she was half black and half white. So I became friends with her. I used to hang with the deaf kids, the sluts, the cheerleaders. I didn't care. I didn't care who I hung. The nerds. I kind of like people in general, and I just want to get the perspective. She said she wished she knew somebody like that when she was in high school. Look, I wasn't the bully. I was the one getting bullied. You know, and I'm probably Taylor. I think she was a loner because, you know, they do normal things on the weekends, and she would play gigs. So she couldn't relate, you know. Now everybody wants to be her friend. Did you see that old guy who flipped in the air like a pogo stick? The Bison. I'm sorry. I'm on the Bison side. You know, we go in there, we think that we can snap selfies, and the 80-year-old guy thought he could outrun a bison. Are you kidding me or what? He flipped up. I kind of laughed. I think he was in the hospital. No, it's not funny, but, you know, I laugh with stuff like that. And I was on the animal side. You know, when I went to a bison, I didn't get a bison burger, but I was at like a farm, and they were selling bison burgers. I tried to set the bison free, and he wouldn't go. I'm like, man, you know, they're big, but I guess they don't understand. They're going to be burgers right next door. I don't know, but it's terrible. No, thank you. Samuel died. You know what I think of? Everybody thinks of Jurassic Park. You know what I think of him? The Final Conflict. He was like 30 years old when he made that, I think. 30, 40, I don't know. He was young. When he played the devil, Damien! It's all for you! Yeah, I think of Trump supporters when I was watching that. That's what I thought of. You're worshiping the devil. Okay. CNN. Mitch McConnell showed pictures of him in the hospital, like smiling. I'm not happy. I mean, we wait till they drop dead before they leave office. Lindsay, gone. My mother thinks he was poisoned by Russians, Chinese. I don't know what she thinks. CNN brought up a sobering fact. 131 out of 530 members of Congress are 70 or older. And men supposedly only live to like 72. They don't last as long as we do. Lindsay, the sixth member of this Congress to die in his term. These old people aren't dealing with the out-of-control healthcare costs, Social Security going bankrupt. It's the fewest laws passed since the 1950s. You guys suck. You really suck. Some have had hip replacements. One lived in assisted living. One had eye surgery. I had eye surgery. So you can have any, but usually that's reserved for old people. Heart attack, dementia. They're still serving in Congress. Yes, they let me out of hospice. Are you kidding me or what? More than 1 foot in the grave. Trump said to Greg Kelly on Newsmax, oh my God, did you hear him talking about Lindsay Graham? He sucked at golf. He'd call me and I tell him to stop calling me. That's your friend? That's who you talk about as your friend? And then he said Lindsay literally blew up. Certain parts of his body, quote, literally blew up. This is how the doctors, he said the doctor said this. This is how doctors talk. I'm sorry, he blew up. Sounds like a South Park episode. Trump endorsed the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, for governor in Minnesota. What's wrong with you? I don't understand. Like, that guy or no other weirdo could get elected in our state, okay? Our Republicans are normal. Charlie Baker, Mitt Romney, even though he did put the dog on top of his car. Bill Weld, who smokes pot. We like the normal Republicans, the cool Republicans. After Trump said he was going to charge a fee for ships going through the Strait of Hormuz, he said he was called by kings and emirs. I can't even believe he knows who that is. And, quote, and all the people we all know. Yeah, I know kings. I hang around with kings all the time. I'm a queen. You know, yeah, I hang around with the emirs. So now he's saying no fees. And nobody's really passing. I think very few ships. We're dying over here. He's like Sybil. 1 minute fees, the next minute no fees. How many personalities does he have? A Japanese company. Oh, this is Knote Inc. A Japanese company, Knote Inc., hired 11 office cats to reduce stress at work. Really? My cat gives me stress. You should have seen I had to put her in the crate to take her for a shot. She's meowing all the way. Complain. She's got a good life. I have to work for a living. She just sits here. She does point out the bugs. I kind of like that. You know, she is worth something. You know, once in a while she's all right. So, I'm wondering how much the cat's made per hour. Pay by check or direct deposit? Stevie, you want to work for a living? I wish I could put her to work. Believe me, I need the help. Journalists at the New York Times had federal agents at their doors delivering subpoenas over reports about security on the new presidential jet. He just doesn't want anything bad being reported. This is scary. I feel like we're in North Korea for crying. Not yet. Close. Get my passport out. It doesn't have his face on it yet. We're getting $100 bills with his face on it. I'm going to wince. It's awful. It's not freedom of the press, dude. The king doesn't like freedom of the press. According to TMZ, Hunter Biden, this is weird. He said on Gavin Newsom's podcast that he was going to run with him. No, please don't. It's a joke, but the Republicans are like having a field day with it. This is why the Democrats can't win. They just blow themselves up. Speaking of blowing up. Study at UMASS Amherst, WWLP. It's local where I live. Pissed off patients in the ER. So pissed off patients in the ER cause doctors to disengage. Obviously, they don't pay attention when you're complaining. The gray rock syndrome. My therapist told me that. Pretend you're a gray rock when someone's getting on your nerves. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, just go like this. I can't do that. I can't just sit there and not. I am emotional. Like, I react. I can't just sit there. When someone bothers me, I'm going to tell them they're bothering me. That's the way I do things. Lead author, Linda Isabel Feldman. Oh, God. Professor of, Vorwerk. Oh, my God. This is Vorwerk, family professor in social psychology. What'd she find out? Saying medical culture has unrealistic expectations for doctors. Well, they are people. Just like, policemen are people. They are racist, and just everybody is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got problems. To ask them to suppress their human emotions. So they video recorded simulated patient encounters, recruited 1,334 ER doctors in 46 states, and 2 were calm patients, and 2 were nutbags. Doctors ordered tests, got results, and reported on their emotional state. Results: nut job patients made doctors angry and fatigued, no engagement, and thought they were unreliable in reporting their symptoms. So just don't act Crazy. Pretend you're a gray rock. Interpreting patient symptoms as exaggerated. Not taking self-care. You know, when I complain, nobody listens. Maybe I just sound too crazy. Maybe I should just be a gray rock when I'm talking to the doctors. Maybe I would have the right medication and it didn't take 4 months. That's why I feel better now, because finally I'm on the right meds. Well, I'm still not 100%. So this can affect the outcomes of stressed out patients. So just don't act. Take a Vicodin or take a perk before you go in the ER. Stressed out. So don't appear irritable. Make them like you. Definitely, that's how you get out of it. Or they won't take your illness seriously. Trump warned Iran 1,000 missiles are ready to strike if the government attempts to kill him. It's like Martin Sheen in the Dead Zone. That's what I think of. Hallelujah, the missiles are flying. Yeah. So Israeli intelligence is great. Thanks. You're making him more paranoid. We just need to see that. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. I like my little Jaw shirt. The summer's almost over. I'm finally going to the beach once because I'm too white. See you next week. Love you.